Oh, I just ran into my bench. It's fine. Hello, I'm back. Or hello, nice to meet you. I'm Mel, naturally Mel, and I want to talk about trusting the process. And I also want to share about the importance of shadowing or interning, especially when it's geared towards like a future that you would like to head towards. And I want to make sure my audio is working. Cool. I had it turned on. Sometimes I don't, and then I get like halfway through my video, I'm like, shnikey, I gotta redo the entire thing. But not today, not today. So I shared another video about like my original goals. So in like junior high and high school, I had this vision of starting my own gym and like having like a nutrition section and like all this stuff, right? And somewhere along the line of limiting beliefs, other people telling me I couldn't, life, I don't know, I stopped going after that. And I ended up deciding to join the military. I did all the things, got into wedding photography, got into branding and web design, was gonna go therapy. Like, I mean, I'm saying like, I went the whole red of up and down and like, I don't know what I'm doing. And then one day I was just having a conversation with somebody and like the thought came back to me and I was like, why did I stop pursuing sports medicine? Why did I stop pursuing this and this? Like, this was such an excitement for you for like so many years. Like, why did you stop? And it got me thinking about like trusting the process. And like, yes, I could have, you know, gone from high school and gone my original route of like going pre-med in kinesiology and becoming a sports medicine doctor and, or, you know, whatever that path would have brought me down. But I learned so many valuable skills that I will get to like use now that I would not have had I just gone straight from high school to college to grad school to becoming a doctor. And honestly, like, it makes me really happy because I feel like I have so much more of a life experience. And this is not to dog anybody who ends up going a different path. I think we are all meant to go a different path. And I think it helps us learn from one another, like learn different things from each other. But I think especially if you're somebody who's like me, like I turn 30 next year. And I'm like, am I really about to go back to school? I'm almost 30. But I'm gonna bring something different to the table than somebody who is 21 heading into their grad school, or, you know, whatever age people head into grad school. You can head into school at 30 or 35 or 50, like go on with your bad self, okay, trust the process. But also I wanna share about interning and shadowing. So I'm wearing this shirt because one, I loved what it said, but I also started shadowing some amazing doctors at PhysioFix. And I came across them on social media and I was just really, really excited because I loved all the things that they shared. It felt like they had a really good, solid community and it just matched my vibe. But beyond that, I struggle sometimes, right? Like, you know, like we have these goals and we're like, once we have to start going after it, we're like, wow, like this is some work. Like I gotta like heavy study and I have to do all these things. And then, you know, it can start to get overwhelming and then you're like, do I still really want to do this? Do I really like, is this something I really want to do? But that's where like shadowing or like talking with people who are where you want to be eventually is so important. So like I like started to get overwhelmed because I'm like, man, I have so much studying to do. I have so much this and this and this to do, because you just see these books and you see all the words and the pages and you're like, oh my God, what did I sign up for? But when you shadow or you intern or you start talking to mentors or like you pay for like a coach and these things that are doing like doing what you want to do and they're where you want to end up, it's such a boost of confidence and like a little sense of motivation, because like I gotta go see like Dr. Stacy, for example, and there's a couple of other people who I want to shadow later on, but obviously like with like everything going on, sometimes it makes it a little bit harder. There's like telehealth and whatever. I'm not gonna go deep diving into that, but I will share just from personal experience like how incredible it is to get to like sit there, stand there, assist with somebody who's literally doing what you want to do. And I think it's so important because it helps you know that one, oh, it's not gonna, one, two, I'm just kidding. One, it helps you, there's gonna be so many ones when I go to crop this out, get this out, it's fine. But one, it helps you to like realize, like, you gotta physically see, visually see all the senses, 5 senses, 6 senses, 7 senses. I don't know how many senses, 5 senses, 6 senses, yeah, 5 senses. Math is really hard, it's fine. You gotta use all your senses to like see that this is your future. Like, you will get to do this. Like, I got to like watch her like creating these plans for people. I got to see somebody recovering from a hip surgery and like seeing the process 2 months out. I got to see somebody who just had an injury, and I'm like, holy crap, like this is why I'm studying. Like, this is why I'm going after it, because this is where I'm going to end up eventually. And I think that's just something that's like so beautiful about like, one, trusting the process, and 2, like getting to work under my hand signals. I'm like, what you doing? What you doing? Yeah, I think it's really important because you get to like literally see, feel all the things, like this future that is yours, because you're trusting the process. I guess it depends on how you read. You read that way, you read this way. I think. Anyway, yeah, so I just wanted to share just like a quick little personal experience, because I had been so down on myself, like stressing out about like, is this the life that I want to go after? Like, how am I going to get there? This is so overwhelming. And getting to like see this vision in person was the coolest thing. And then to go back to like trusting the process. And if you go down a different path that feels like you're winding down this road, like, you are still learning along the way. Like, I learned so much from wedding photography and so much from branding and web design that I will now get to bring in to this new passion. Like, had I not gone into wedding photography, I was relatively social, but like being a wedding photographer, you talk to so many people all day long, right? And like, you have to be salesy. Like, you're selling your business, right? Like, you're selling your services to a couple. And so like, I learned sales. I learned about like interacting with different types of people, having a super busy packed day, being on my feet all day, which I'm already kind of used to, but you know, there was so much that I got to learn from that. But also photography. Like, I got to learn photography. I got to learn lighting, which I got to now apply to this. Like, and then same with branding and web design. Like, now I know my own branding, and I know how to do website designing, and I know how to like set up all these things that will help me with like programs in the future, designing really nice like layouts for like schedules, and like how to track your workouts, and how to track like how much you're like actually eating, and are you reaching your nutrition goals that you have set in place with either a registered dietitian or your doctor or whoever. And so it's just, again, like, it's trusting the process. And another area is like, you know, I've just grown a lot mentally and emotionally. Like, 18-year-old me that was going to college does not have the same experience now that I have, like dealing with like, and maybe I could have, but I'm just gonna say that I didn't. Say like, I just went off to college and then I became a doctor, and I'm like, all right, here we go. Like, now I get to add in so many different things. Like, I'm adding in the personal training side of things. I'm adding in so much that I've learned from different business owners that I met along the way of my other business ventures. And I think it's really beautiful when you get to see it kind of starting to come more full circle. Like, this has been, and I'm sorry, I have braces and I'm pretty sure I'm like salivating on the sides, but that's fine. I think I have like 2 more months. So excited. Completely unrelated. Trust the process. Like, I've had these bitches on for forever, but I'm almost done, and I'm so thankful. So thankful. Completely unrelated. But just trust the process. This is, for me, I've been on this like 10-year cycle, and I'm like finally getting into the area that like I'm so excited for, and I can just feel it in my soul that I'm so much more aligned, and I have so many new skill sets that I get to add to the table, that I get to bring to the table, and just feels really, 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 really good. So trust the process and keep in mind that like even if things aren't going according to your original plan, it doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. It just, you might have had some new skills to learn along the way, some growing to do. And again, with like shadowing and interning, like especially if you need to be like need that visual and like physical experience to remind yourself why you're pushing yourself so hard, why you're studying so much, why you're spending so many hours like not getting to socialize with friends, because this is your goal. Like this is your end goal and this is what you're pursuing. This is what you're going after, and it's going to be so worth it. I hope this made sense. Okay.